Hardcore Bubba's all one word. I need a footstool in here. Dang it.
BBA.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
and I am live.
Hardcore Bubba 85. With a Hardcore Bubba space 85.
Okay, space 85.
And it's a picture of this gorgeous guy in a cutoff sleeve shirt in the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Whose picture did you take?
That's Shady's picture. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the shenanigans. I am stroking out all over the place today. Ladies and gentlemen, the shenanigans have already started.
They've already started.
We are getting ready to rock and roll in the season opener of the FTR Race League. The A-League, I'm sorry, here we go. Me being stupid and stroking out again. I'm just going to start talking with a list, that way I've got an excuse.
Oh, everybody already knows. Everybody's already known your voice. They don't give a... They don't care.
But we've got an exciting season. It's getting ready to kick off, man. This is an incredible season so far. We've got 67 people, I believe it is, total racing FTR. And in C-League, Shady, what's your number?
C-League, we are up to... we're like up to 25 now on the roster.
And I'm pretty sure we have 16 guys in the B-League. So, and then we've got, if you can believe it or not, we've got 30 drivers signed up for the A-League tonight. 30 drivers signed up for the A-League. That is absolutely incredible. And all of them are super fast.
They're not only super fast, they're like a rocket fast. These guys, watching these guys in practice and being able to practice with them, it's going to be a show, man. It's going to be a show. We are live. This is FTR Racing Broadcast on the YouTube channel. We are at Daytona, like Bubba was saying. We are at Daytona for the A-League Duels.
See, you're stroking out now.
I am, too. I am. I'm just fired up, man. I am just fired up. I've been waiting for this. And I can't even wait. I can't wait till Sunday. This is Speed Week, man. This has just been a blast. It's been a blast. So, we got a special person up here tonight in the booth.
A special person, like
a special person.
I wouldn't go that far.
You're special, all right. He wears a helmet and rides the Boss Boys.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody loves you. Everybody loves his man. Lugnut is in the booth with us tonight, and hopefully...
I don't like Lugnut. He finished in front of me at points last year. I'm on a mission to beat him this year. What's up, Luggy? What's up?
Thanks for having me up here, guys. Just looking forward to a nice race, I guess.
Okay.
This is only the qualifying in the duels.
Well, I will tell you what. I am super excited with the fact of this is going to be just a teaser. I'm talking the smallest, littlest teaser you can have for next Sunday leading up to this. You are going to have in about 10 minutes, Mr. Holcomb just stepped in the booth, but in about 10 minutes, 30 guys going into turn 1 on lap 1. What do you guys think about that?
I'm going to be holding my breath, I know that much.
I think it's going to be incredible.
I'm going to be doing the same as holding my breath and just trying to control my emotions. But yes, let's bring in and are the owner of FTR Racing, Billy. You there? What's going on, brother?
What's up, Billy?
I know you got to be getting excited and getting revved up for tonight, man. How's everything looking with your car?
So, hey, Billy, there's the very off chance that you guys might finish with more people at Daytona than the actual Daytona 500. How's that make you feel? Wow, very nice. So I'll tell you one thing. I am super, super, super excited to see this race. I am super excited to see Texas. I am super excited to see Pocono. Every lap on every race on this season, Billy, with 31 guys showing up, it's going to be better than watching an actual NASCAR race, I think. Let me load up my broadcast on TV real quick.
Let's see. Go back to the main screen. Let me try that on my end.
Give me a talk, Billy. Negative. You are not being heard on the broadcast right now. Give me a talk, Billy. All right.
Well, hopefully we can.
So, ladies and germs over in YouTube land, Billy is such a popular guy right now that the lobby is actually full, and he's trying to broadcast through his phone right now. So he's going to adjust that, get back on his headset there, and then we'll stop having a conversation with ourselves. That sounds like we're talking to Billy, and we'll actually talk to Billy. So, much like my broadcast a couple weeks ago in season 3 with Bronco and JD, where you guys all thought in YouTube land that I was talking to myself for about 45 minutes of a 55-minute race. No, we actually have Billy up in the booth tonight, and he's getting his headset loaded up right now, so that way he can be heard during the broadcast.
Can you guys hear me now?
Technical settings. So once he gets back in here.
Hey, Billy's back in here now, aren't you, Billy?
Yeah, you guys got a copy?
Yep.
I can definitely hear you through the headset.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy, you're
Yeah,
in.
we got you. We got you now. All right, so with the owner of FTR Racing back up into the booth after we were talking. Well, at least Bubba, that on that you were talking, but at least I had a race where I broadcasted a race and didn't have my mic on for the entire race.
Very nice.
There was absolutely no broadcast to the entire race. I sat through that and broadcasted to my cat.
So Billy, what are you thinking for qualifying? You trying to take the pole so you get that first heat? I know the first duel is the money duel that everybody wants because you get that low side start. Everybody knows that low side seems to start a lot better in the race as opposed to that high side kind of dragging that train a little bit. So what's your idea for qualifying? You gonna try to purposely? I mean, it's hard to tell in qualifying, if you're running fast or slow. But do you got a kind of technique, or you just sending the balls to the wall?
Oh, I'm hammering down, bro. I mean, the ultimate goal.
If it ain't hardcore, what are you doing it for, right?
That's right. I mean, I'm going for the pole, man. I mean, that's the best place in the house, and
It sure
that's where
is.
I want to be sitting at. I definitely don't want to be toward the back. I mean, it's going to be hard because I'm gonna have to lead these guys to green, so I'm gonna have to shuffle myself back and not get into a mess trying to get back there, mid-pack or whatever. But yeah, man, I'm super excited. We got 31 guys on the signed up on the roster tonight, and I tell you, man, it's amazing. I mean, it's just from what FTR has grown to, and for everybody to commit.
This is going to be one to watch for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for everybody to commit and show up tonight just shows how much they want to showcase their talent. So hopefully we can put on a good race for you guys. Hopefully you guys will put a good race on for the fans, and I'm gonna tell you what, if you ain't on the edge of your seat when that first heat race drops the green
I
flag,
can't
you don't
wait.
like racing.
I can't not even do it. I can't wait to see qualifying with 31 cars going into turn one.
I'm
Oh, I
nervous
can't
for
wait.
you,
I
Billy.
cannot wait. Now, because you have a field this size, are you guys going to do the green flag start from NASCAR, or are you guys going to do a warm up lap so everybody kind of gets
No,
what are your
we're
intentions? You're
gonna
just rocking and rolling, huh?
we rocking and rolling. What I'm gonna do is when we drop the green flag next Wednesday, I'll invite everybody on how they qualify, and that's how we'll stack it. And then when we hit the track, we ready to go.
All right.
I wanted to ask real quick also, Billy, before you got to get down in there and strap in. Like we were talking about, and you're mentioning a lot of guys that have come into the league. I mean, you got names like Jay Wow, you got Palm Coaster joined up into the league. You got Mac Attack. I mean, there's so many names that have joined. True Death. I mean, there's so many guys. Is there any plan as far as teaming up with some of the guys? And you're looking to see who's going to team up with who during this thing?
Yeah, I'd love to reveal my secrets, but I'm gonna let you guys figure that out. I'm gonna let you guys see that on the racetrack.
Okay, okay, okay.
Before you get out of here, Billy, I got one thing to say to you.
Yes, sir.
Don't let Macy show you up. She put
I
on
know,
a
right?
hell of a race on Sunday, bub. You got
I
big shoes
know.
to fill already.
I do, man. I do. And
Ladies and gentlemen in YouTube land, if you don't know who Macy is, Macy would be Billy Hookham's daughter. We call her Billy Jr. And she came in. This is her very first league race. I think it's short of what she do get on the game 3 weeks ago, Billy, 4 weeks ago.
yeah, she's been on the game for about off and on for about 3 weeks. She's never been on a console, never been on a wheel or anything. So she did an awesome job. And
And she came out and kicked ass. She smoked 6 other people, came in second in her heat. Worked great in the draft with Big Rig. It was great, but she definitely set the bar high for her dad coming into tonight, man. So passing this down
yeah,
to the next generation is pretty cool to see.
yeah, she definitely set the bar high for me tonight. She finished second, so I at least got to be second or better.
you better be second because I think she qualified fourth, if I'm not mistaken, fourth or
Yeah,
sixth.
Yep,
she did.
she's up there in
She
fourth.
did. Yeah.
I mean, you taught her everything you know, but you better not have forgotten anything you taught her because tonight it's
Oh,
going
I
to be a
know, right?
challenge.
If I do, I won't live that down. So, but you know what? I think I got a good car. Um, I'm just ready to go, man. I'm excited, and hopefully everybody sits back, kicks back, and enjoys the show, and we can put on a good race for everybody, and we're gonna do our best.
So real quick, let me get this. You're gonna once the green flag starts, you're gonna drop to the back. Is that what you
I'm gonna
said you're gonna
try.
do? Okay.
I'm gonna try.
All right.
Okay, well we'll have
Well,
to
good
keep.
luck tonight, Billy.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Absolutely, man.
buddy.
Good luck tonight. Have fun, and we already know
You
you're
got an
going to put on a
ETA
show,
till
man.
you got an
Yep.
ETA till green flag.
Yeah, we're looking at about 5 minutes. I'm just trying to get everybody in the lobby.
All right.
Alrighty. So we got 5 minutes to kill talking about some predictions here.
We got 5 minutes.
Ah, here we
Okay.
go, boys.
Okay. Well, we gotta ask Lug, the new guy up in the booth. Okay. We're gonna put you on the spot, Lug.
I don't even want to know who you think's gonna win because we can't do duels. We can't pick that until we do qualifying.
Well, to be totally honest with you guys, I haven't seen a lot of the A drivers drive together. Like I'm not in any practice or anything,
Right.
so it's hard not to pick Billy. It's
Okay.
like two deaths in there, Ken's in there. There's Lynch, there's Dan, there's a whole bunch of Eagles, War. Like pick one. I don't know. To go out on a limb, I'll go with War.
Okay. Shady boy.
Well, daggone it, Luggy just ruined it for me.
Yeah, you can't pick War. You can't pick
Now
War.
I can't pick War, but yeah, I mean, Wars look good in practice, and I mean he is hungry, but there's other guys, that are just as hungry. I mean, I mean, there's I mean, there's guys in here. It's your bro Chase is running tonight. Jay Wow's going to be running tonight. Like I said, Eagles and heavy duty. I'm kind of looking at the dark horses here. I don't know, just for the qualifying run. I'm gonna go with the Dark Knight. I'm going Dark Horse, Dark Knight.
All right. I mean, there's a lot of people that I don't know. Like, I don't know Hollywood, Mini, Clashing. I raced with NASCAR Extreme Monday night, and he was super quick. Don't know this JWoww. It would be cool if it was her, but it's not, obviously. She don't look like much of a NASCAR driver. I'm going to go with this guy, Bubba Wallace, just because I drive the 43 car.
Oh, okay, there you go.
But I don't even know who he is. But if I had to really pick a choice, I think I'm going to go with Chase. It's your bro Chase, because my man is lightning fast on anything he does. So
that's a good pick. It's your bro Chase is always fast and in everything that I've seen him in. He's raced a couple races here in FTR. I know that he races a lot in GC Sports. I think I've seen him in a lot of races, and that's a good pick, man. That is a good pick.
Do you guys think? Because we all know you don't want to be out in the lead for your obviously Luggy found that out on Sunday. When you're on your qualifying lap, you don't want to be in position one. So with the field being 31 strong, do you think you're going to see two lines, or do you think you're going to see them get out of the first one or two laps down and then kind of straighten into a straight line? Everyone's single file, 31 cars to...
I don't think they're going to have a choice but to do two lines.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought.
Single file, you are too far back from the leader if you're back there.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be...
I think we're going to see some records set today, too, for speeds, boys. I think you're going to see some leaderboard times.
Records or checkers, one of the two.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think you're going to see kind of a both, like Lug just said. There's so many drivers. You're gonna have to see that second line form. I think even in qualifying, even though with guys that want to get down to the inside and really hug that line, like you were saying, to get that really really fast time in a line full of cars. So it's. I think it's right. I think you're going to see a long inside line, but I think you're going to see guys shoot to that outside because I think they can still get a fast lap on the outside.
You absolutely can, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a matter of who you're drafting with and that bottom line holding that line.
Because if somebody does make a mistake, who comes with the person that gets underneath you? Who does he bring with you? And how many cars he brings with you?
Yeah, so it's interesting, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure really if anybody. I mean, you when you go into a race, you want to win it, no matter whether it's qualifying or whatever. So I mean, I think you got guys that really that go for the win no matter what they're in. But I think you're also going to see guys that probably aren't going to care much about the qualifying race and probably trying to focus more on getting that time. So
I made a mistake the other night by not understanding things, and I figured I was out front, so I was going to win, and that was going to put me in good position. But I forgot about it was going in on time. So yeah, being out front is not the place to be.
Yeah, not at all. I know that position 4 is usually the best, but I'm used to qualifying with 10, 12, 14 people. And it usually breaking out into, 5 or 6 guys in the lead pack, and then everybody kind of falling out, either 2 or 3 in packs behind. But I think with the caliber of guys we have, man, I don't think you're going to, short of accidents in qualifying, you're not going to see a bunch of packs break off. I think you might see 2 packs of a high and low line. Just so that way you could check up in the corners and be kind of safe, you know what I mean? Because you obviously don't want to drive through the person in front of you, but you also got to remember somebody might drive through the back of you because they might not check up. So
I want to see how the inside line goes because that's where I'm starting. I'm starting 6th in my race, and I like to see how the outside line takes off here. See if I can learn anything from it.
Well, you're starting. Could you what you ran the first heat?
No, I ran the second one.
Oh, we're on the outside, Luggy.
Yeah,
we're on the outside, yeah. So I'm curious to see how that works out too, because that outside, that like I said, man, that especially going into turn one, we know everybody is super loose going into turn one off of that initial start, and man, I ran that high line during qualifying and got smoked up, and it just killed me. So.
Well, especially going in that turn one, everybody's not going up into the gears yet. It's still going up in the gears. They haven't gotten to the full speed. So they haven't even gotten through. They're not even up to full speed and still going through the gears. You know, and one thing I think, you know, you're going to might see that these guys are going to be careful of is with so many cars and kind of see you know, kind of that domino effect where they're going to have to even let off of the throttle going into turn one before they're even full speed. You know, I mean, guys are just going to kind of bunch up. So when you get that many,
I don't think all these drivers have drove together either, so nobody knows where they're
Right. That's the other thing. And some of these guys have a 4-gear. Some of these guys have a 3-gear. Some of these guys go 1, 2, 4, 3. So you know what I mean. So I'm curious to see this initial start, man. Hopefully, we're able to get logged in and watch that first turn. To see how it goes, because man, that's the turn for every race coming up this Sunday. That's going to be interesting.
Well, we're getting ready to kick them off here, man. It's getting ready to go. It's almost go time.
And we haven't even touched on pitting yet.
Well, we don't have pits during qualifying, but that's true. But going green for qualifying. All right, let's go, boys.
Let's go ahead and join.
So right now it looks like they're in the Fanatec screen.
Yeah, the good old Fanatec wheel.
I'm so not used to running my controller. I'm so lost. Yeah.
So, how you liking your new setup, Bubba?
It is the most comfortable thing I think I've ever sat in. It's literally like playing this game in a zero gravity chair, man. Wow. The only thing missing is somebody giving me a massage on my feet and my shoulders while I run.
Well, you can pay
I gotta
somebody.
Hire somebody.
I was gonna say you can pay somebody.
Ladies and germs, we made it in for the start of this bad boy.
And we are going green.
I'm not even going to try to give you guys a pack rundown.
We're gonna do the rundown, you know, with each stool. And Billy is shooting out to the front in that one car. That remember, folks, we got some guys that have changed up numbers in cars from last season.
Here. I'm going to go mid-pack and see if we have any jumbles.
Billy,
I'm run to the back here. I'll stay at the back for a bit and see how things go here.
And we've got some guys forming around, and Billy right now out in front with Clash and in that 51 car right behind him. We got a nice little four-car pack here breaking off. JWoww in the 95, and Tizzle. Looked like he made a move to the inside.
I'm seeing single file for 3/4 of the pack, boys.
Yeah.
Highline's trying, but just they haven't found a hole yet.
I mean, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Well, we got a jam up in the back between the 12.
15 cars in a straight line, guys.
We had something.
Eagles is tied up in that nonsense in the back.
We got Michael's in the wall in the back stretch.
Oh, somebody's in the wall. It's your bro Chase is in the wall. Somebody's around the 11 car. Who's the 11 car?
Michael Edwards is getting straightened out.
Pittman's
that was that's Pittman in the 11. Pittman is spinning. And Lynch got some damage with that. Also, Lynch has damage to his hood.
There's guys going to the pits to make a green flag pit stop, which is smart. Repair that damage.
Yep, Proc is going in the pit.
Marley in the pit.
Dude, can you these broadcasts are going to be crazy insane with 32 people if they run.
It is, but look at it going through this field, man. Some of these guys, wow, these names out here are just absolutely phenomenal. As we see Pittman finally getting down the pit road himself.
RCR doesn't have a draft, so if I'm RCR, I'm going to check up and I'm going to let these 4 cars behind me catch up to me so I can get a push from these guys. RCR driving my old DeWalt 20 Toyota, so big shout out to RCR. He's got a lot of nose damage.
Got Wacker cars coming to the pit lane right now. Let's see if they'll stay down.
Billy Holcomb, Billy has definitely, he's backed out. He's dropped back down to the mid-pack at about the 7th or 8th position, so he's back down. And that's
these guys are all coming out of pit lane on the low side.
On Edwards right now.
So Clashing right now is out in front, and he's got JWoww right on him. So those guys are teaming up. As you see, Dark Knight now going to the inside. Dark Knight going to try to go up get into the front. He's got some help from the 34.
3 laps left to qualifying.
Dark Knight's got some help from Dan the Man in that 34 car. They're looking on the inside.
Mike RPM is in the infield grass.
Spinner on the infield.
Someone's in the wall. This is some racing, boys. This is impressive. There's action all. This is why I'm happy the field is this side. Oh, War Smokes. Eagles is all the way into the infield wall. War Smokes the 16 car of NASCAR Extreme.
We got cars all over, and the A car back up into the wall.
Attack.
These guys, they need to settle down here a little bit. Do you think it's the aggressiveness that's causing these guys?
I think the problem is like Luggy had said earlier, these guys haven't run to each other. So you figure half the field is new. They were running 12 to 14 guys in the regular season in A-League last year. Now we're running double that. And a lot of these guys are literally just this is the first time I've seen some of these guys.
A lot of people are getting shaky coming to the pit road too, and I think it's scaring the guys on the track.
Yeah.
So as of right now, the Dark Knight
is in the lead right now.
Is in the lead.
Obviously,
he's up
that
front.
don't mean nothing.
No.
But he does have a good 4-car pack.
Yeah.
However, I believe the 19 is the lucky car in that pack, man, because that's where your speed is.
Well, I was talking to Dark Knight.
Heavy duty. Heavy's running the 9, so Heavy changed from the 41 to the 19.
Yep. So it's going to take a minute to get some of these guys. I'm still not used to seeing some of these guys in these different cars.
I have a sheet in front of me, and I can't keep up with it, so put it that way.
Oh, you'll get used to it over the next couple of races.
It's going to be awesome. I'm already anticipating an amazing season.
Yeah.
Because there were so many races last year with the A-League where nothing happened. Like, Clash just got put up into the wall. This is Daytona. This never happens.
No.
So, especially in the A-League, I am super excited to see the field this size, and I hope it maintains through the season, because you're going to see a lot more action.
The qualifier too.
Right. But you're going to see, oh, wow, Bro Chase almost took somebody out coming out of the pits. But you're going to see a lot more action on these tracks every week.
Absolutely.
Oh, somebody came way up. Who's in the Richard Petty 43 car? Is that Bubba Wallace?
That's Bubba Wallace in the 43.
As you guys saw on YouTube land, that's dangerous. That's why we have to come out on the backstretch. He was unable to keep it down on the apron, and
so just saying it was following quite a few coming to the pits and just steering the guys on the track for sure.
That's it, boys. Qualifying is a wrap.
Comes in practice with driving with everybody.
Yeah, but I think that's exactly right. And these guys just need some time to get used to each other, and that's they've reached the end of the qualifying run, and Dark Knight was out front.
Clark Street, Reckless, Billy Holcomb, Heavy D, Sludge, Dan the Man, Jay Tizzle, Cruisin', and JWoww. Might not your top 10.
There we go.
But obviously, we all know that doesn't mean nothing.
No, it means nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all. The Dark Knight. Now, I was talking to Dark Knight earlier. It's one of the reasons why he was my pick, and he was saying he had a really fast car. He's got a lot of experience here at Daytona in these play tracks, and I think he wanted to see how his car was going to handle out front, and get with that lead and see how the car was going to do out front compared to compared to being in the back. He said he already knew how it was going to handle in a pack of cars. So, that's why
now, is he known to have a teammate with him?
No, he's kind of known to be a rebel and kind of single dingle it and go balls to the walls by himself. So it's going to be interesting to see. Come Daytona, if he does in fact have some kind of a teammate or a partner, but usually from last season that.
So I don't know who our pole sitter was.
Yeah, so the pole sitter.
Sludge took second.
Why am I?
Pole sitter Mike RPM 44. Yeah, 42,301.
Wow. That's what I'm saying, boys. I think I'm gonna go into the online. I think you're gonna see some leaderboard laps today.
And Sludge, well, look at this. Sludge, the champion from the last season, is going to start second.
So, real quick before you start, Mike RPM just set the daily lead. Sludge set second. Street Machine is fourth. Billy is seventh. Reckless Racer's 10th. So we just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys on the top 10 for the day.
Wow. I mean, they were running 42s. Easy.
So we're staying in this room, or are we getting out to?
No, you got to back out.
Back out, and then we'll get the invite to get back in and win a join and all that. So, give me your thoughts. So you guys got to give me Bill. But what are your thoughts on what you just saw?
An exciting future for this league. I think you're going to have a lot more A-League races that are a lot more interactive in the broadcast booth than just following not action. Because remember how last year they would get spread out a lot?
It's going to be on the track.
Yeah, 100%. So last year, you saw a lot of tracks where the A-League kind of separated, got into their own little packs, and you didn't have a lot of bumping and whatnot. Now you got 31 guys fighting for top 10 points. And remember, this year, first, second, and third finish at the end of the race is playoff points. And everybody knows how crucial that is. So you've got 31 guys racing for not only playoff points every race, but top 10 points every race. So you can literally lose even a run at the playoffs just by finishing low a couple races in a row. So everybody in this A-League is going to have to run full throttle, balls to the wall every race to try to get these stage points. Because it's not like, okay, last season there was 12 guys, you had to beat 2. Now you've got to beat 20 to 22 guys.
If you want to get one stage top 10 last year, you got to run top 5 this year.
No, at least. So I'm really excited for how this is going to play out, man. I can't wait to broadcast these races. As long as my work schedule stays according to plan, man, I'm going to be in this booth every Wednesday because the action's going to be nonstop.
It's going to be a blast, man. I couldn't agree with you more, bro. I couldn't agree with you more. Lug, what were your thoughts on what you just saw out of that qualifying race?
That was some really good hard racing right there. Clean racing. Few incidents, but nothing. It's going to happen. With that many cars on the track, it's going to happen. Like I said, people just got to get used to each other again.
I completely agree with you. And that's kind of my thoughts with these guys after watching that first qualifying run. Is I think guys really getting used to each other. They were really aggressive, I thought, a little bit. But I'm not sure if that was like I said, I kind of was
I wouldn't
wondering.
call it aggressive. I would just call it.
Well, I don't know if those guys, like I
Raising
said,
incidents.
were still getting up to speed.
They're itching to go. We've
Right.
been on this thing for a week or so. Everybody's itching to go.
Right,
I
they're
think they've
itching.
seen the other guys go and the good races they had, and they're itching to go.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's what I meant by the, being aggressive. As exact, you could said it perfectly, Lug. Is that I think they're exactly right that they were itching to go, not so much as aggressive as I'm getting to the lead. I'm aggressive as far as get the hell out of my way. It was more kind of like I just want to go. I
And
just want to get.
you know yourself on those qualifying runs, it's every man for themselves.
Yep.
And there's not much working together. So I think the next race is going to tell you where people stack up against each other. That first one was just get out of my way. I need a quick time, and let me go.
Right. Right, they were. I think you just saw guys just trying to get. Now, obviously, I think what I don't know if I hope these guys were thinking, playing for. We saw some guys getting together and guys getting a wall, so they had a pit and that kind of thing, which kind of maybe threw off their initial plan. So I'm wondering how. I'm definitely excited and fired up to see how these dual races are going to go.
And I know there's drivers out there that do not like starting up front. They'd rather be kind of mid-pack or a little bit back further. So everybody's got their own choice. And you ask a driver one thing before a race and ask them afterwards. It's totally different.
Yep. And it's, man, that was a heck of a show just right there.
At Daytona, Talladega, your tracks like this, I really don't want to be in the lead until the end. Because it's so much work fighting those guys off, you just get exhausted. Like
my nerves can't take it.
Right, and not only that, you're burning more fuel than the entire field. So if I can run third or fourth, and just run 3/4 to half throttle and run my races. The last lap of the stage, I'll try to get to the top, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be out front the whole race because there's so many things happening. On the caveat to that, though, is I want to be out front to stay clean.
Yeah.
Because 31 guys, you figure the potential of position 5 back wrecking,
the big one,
you're gonna have the big one. And it's not going to be.
If it happens, it's not going to be pretty.
Right. You're going to have 10 to 15 cars taken out that have to go to the pit. Do you want to? You're either. My thing is like I'm starting 10th on the outside in our race. And I'm leery about that because there's 8, 9 other guys ahead of me that could take me out. I'm not worried about the guys behind me.
I'm actually not. I don't mind where I am. I'm kind of far enough back. The first 4 kind of get squirrely, and hopefully I'm ahead enough that behind me gets squirrely. I'm not in at all. But yeah,
right. But the other thing is you've got the luxury of starting on the inside. So now, God forbid something happens, you could go high or low. Right. Starting on the outside, you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
No, I'm starting 6th. I'm on the outside.
No. If you ran the first duel, your whole field.
I ran the second one.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yep. Yeah, I got. What did I get?
No, you didn't run the second one because the second one it was. No. Were you with us?
Yeah, I was with Bronco. I finished 4th.
Oh, that's right. Because I finished.
Yeah, because he was with Bronco.
What did I finish? Yeah, I finished 5th. Okay.
Well, look, check this out, guys. Here's the top 10 for the first duel coming up. We've got Billy.
I think Billy might be backing out. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Because Billy didn't get the pole, remember? Mike got the pole.
Right. Well,
Billy's just getting these guys in there.
That's true. So that you might be right on that.
So we should be waiting on several more guys.
Yeah, they're getting several more guys. But so right now, so we're gonna just put some names out there. This is where the stacking order is. After Bill, so let's start with Mike RPM, and then we're going to see Street Machine, Reckless Racer, Heavy Duty, Honda DCR, Dark Knight, JWoww, It's Bob Drew, and Eagles. Now, let me see if I can get if I see any more. That's all I got as far as those guys that are going to be in this first duel. So those are those are the names that we're going to see. Some of the names that we're going to see in this first duel. So some of these guys, man, I'm really interested in looking at. My eye is really looking at JWoww. I've heard some. I mean, I've never seen JWoww race, but I know he's in several different leagues and does very, very well. I mean, he's from talking to guys around the league and talking with guys even outside the league who's not even who follow FTR, have mentioned how watch JWoww. Watch JWoww. That's kind of been of a common theme that I've heard around the whole racing racing community is watch out for that JWoww. So,
and I only know 2 of the names in that first list, so I'm going to wait till halfway through the race. How's that?
Fair enough.
Well, no, you got
everybody in the second one.
Yeah,
you got War Eagles, Dark Knight, Heavy.
I'll go Dark Knight. All right, Dark Knight.
Street Machine you ran with on Monday.
Yeah, I'll go Dark Knight.
I'd like to see who the rest of these guys are, but
War's in it.
I'm going to go with
War's in it as well.
This is tough, man.
And for the second one, considering there's 4 of my ex-teammates in there, I guess. No, my teammates from MRL in there. I'm going to pick somebody from Misfits, probably.
We're going to
just won't say which one yet.
Okay. I'll wait for these guys to start, but this is... I mean, even both lists. I mean, I can't wait to see some of these guys run, man. Some of these newer guys that have joined the league. So, I'm also anxious to see War. War's another one that's been very, very hungry, very hungry. He's looking to get that first W himself in the A League, and he does very well in these plate tracks, Talladega and Daytona. So I'm really excited. My number 1 pick is going to be War, and I'm sticking with my Dark Knight as my number 2. So those are my 2 right there as far as my picks for this first duel.
Oh, so you took my Dark Knight. Okay.
You took my Dark Knight.
I'm going to go with, just going off of the 10 that we could see, because I don't know who the rest are.
Right.
I'm going to throw one out there. I'm going to go with Honda and the Eagles.
Ah, okay. It's not a bad
pick. But I know Honda is fast. I forget what he used to call himself, but Honda is fast.
Now, who was that first group's got teammates? Anybody?
If you're asking me, I'm going to go with vets versus rookies. That's kind of how we're gonna if that's what I'm gonna go with right now. I already know how Eagles, how War, how Street Machine, how Dark Knight, how Heavy, how the returning A-League guys are going to drive. And I am not going to let anybody new come in and take that pole from the returning vets. So I think you might see some vets team up with some, just guys that you didn't really see work together much last year. I think you might see in these 2 duels, they might kind of work together.
All right, we take an invite now?
Not yet. We're about to go green here, where they're setting in now. and getting settled in with this first
this
duel
looks
here.
like the second group.
No, this is the first.
This is the first group, yeah. We're gonna definitely the first group.
We should be waiting on either 2 or 3 more people to come into the lobby.
I just didn't see Kenny and all them in the first group.
All right. So we got. Oh darn.
Yeah.
That was quick. Oh no, Billy probably just backed out. Oh, no, that's heavy.
Kind of looking in here. I don't know what my
I don't know what heavy's doing.
I don't know why my screen is always blurry. For my stream. You know, the stream I follow is a little bit blurry.
All right, so on top of that, it's your bro Chase is starting 16th. Bob Drew, Bad Martin, Palm Coaster, Lynch. So Dark Knight 7th, JWoww, Eagles, War, NASCAR Extreme, Lynch, Palm Coaster, Bad Martin, Bob Drew, it's your bro Chase. That's your first duel.
Sweet.
So I'm going to go over to this other one. So we got Mike starting first. I'm just going to run down the order real quick before they take off. Mike, Street Machine, Reckless Racer, Heavy Duty, Honda, Dark Knight, JWoww, Eagles, War, and NASCAR Extreme with your top 10. 11th is Lynch, Palm Coaster, Bad Martin, Bob Drew, it's your bro Chase. And we will be green in about 25 seconds, boys.
Yep. Man, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
I am super excited for this. So I think I might change my Eagles pick and go with Chase.
You can go with Chase.
But, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so...
All right, well, they're loaded in.
Yep, so we can...
So I think we can load in, too.
Yep, we can go ahead and join on up. We've been waiting.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your first duel.
We've been waiting.
For the A-League.
We've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this. So it's, I don't know about you all, but I've been on the edge of my seat for a long time. So I can't wait to get this thing going here, boys. And this is only the duels. As Billy is now made his way up to the booth. Billy, you there?
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, man? That was a heck of a qualifying race, man.
Yeah, I got me a little bit of drought. I think I'm starting second.
I can't hear Billy. Billy's up here.
Pole, so
all right, they're going to the green flag now.
And Mike RPM going to take us to the green in that 44 car. Mike RPM.
Let's see how they get through turn 1.
As they get up through the gears here,
Little
side by side.
Oh, Palm. Is that
Palm goes down to the bottom. That's a smart move. Watch Palm in that 22. He's also another good racer on these tracks. And Mike RPM going to take him down the backstretch. As now you guys start seeing that outside line try to come in a little bit. Mike RPM gets that great push from the 24 car of Reckless Racer. Reckless Racer all over the 44 now. He's going to tuck in behind him, wondering if he's going to go outside. He's got the 95 right behind him. The 95. Oh, wait.
Got Eagles right on his tail.
And we got some action going in the back for Street Machine. And Honda in the 32.
Oh, who's in that 5 car?
That's
There's so many cars to get through.
Yep.
Chase got a little sloppy in the high side.
Yep.
He's making a huge run.
Yep, it's your bro Chase
Reckless Racer left himself out there all by himself. Now you're going to see him fall all the way back to 16.
So watch the train goes right underneath. And that
or is he going to try to dive bomb a hole? Let's see.
He needs to get down if he's going.
And that opened the door for JWoww now to take over second spot.
So
JWoww.
Second to 15th, and he's going to lose the draft. He might lose this draft.
Yeah, he looks.
That could be detrimental, especially on lap 2.
We're going to see if he gets keeps onto that draft or not. He look right now. It looks like it's so guys.
Palm looks like it came down and smoked.
Yep.
Yeah, 22.
And Palm way up into the wall, making contact. I think with the wall. He's going to lose a lot of momentum.
That's huge for Reckless Racer because now Palm's going to lose the draft or fall back up that main pack, allow him to grab that draft and push Palm back up.
So Reckless.
But we got another guy hanging up. Oh, never mind, he dropped inside.
Yeah, Reckless Racer looks like he barely has a draft, but quickly losing it with Palm. So, it did definitely not how he wanted that to happen.
Yeah, the 22 and the 5 got into each other, and that kind of sent the 22 up the track.
So,
boys, Reckless Racer has lost the draft already. That's a long 26 laps.
So, looking back up to the front here, guys. Seeing now we're seeing a nice long train here. You got Mike RPM right there in that 44 with JWoww in the 95 and War in that 88 in third.
You've got 14 cars running single file right now.
Yep.
So definitely kind of a surprise.
That's the whole field.
Yep,
I think the same thing as the other night. I don't think nobody pulled out in any other leagues until after the pit stop, and they kind of got racy.
Yeah, things.
Heavy got pushed up a little bit.
It looks like guys are kind of settling in a little bit, and just kind of riding maybe here for a second.
Well, so here's your other question, right? You definitely have a pit.
There goes RPM to the War to the outside. War going to make it work. War's going to take over the lead.
Help. He does have help.
War does have help. He took half the field with him to that outside.
Yes, he did. Now, if I'm heavy, I'm jumping up.
And there's that 43 of Bubba Wallace, followed by the Dark Knight and the Eagles also on the outside. So those guys are trying to get that outside line working.
Boys, the Reckless Racer has lost almost half a lap to the field.
I tell you what, that outside as the 43, and actually the 43 car is Lynch. Lynch is in this 43 tonight. The green and yellow 43, that's Lynch 4D.
So I'm thinking the 44's got the Richard Petty paint scheme on it, but it's not. Yeah, it is.
So
and 10's in the 41.
So the outside kind of just disintegrated there a little bit. I guess they didn't get the help that they wanted to. Oh, we got it into the wall. Bit comes down into the wall. Big wreck. Dark Knight into it. Wreck. Now we got the big one.
Caution out.
Big time. Definitely caution out with the big one going on.
That started with the 5 car.
Yep.
Heavy duty involved.
A lot of good cars involved in that one.
Dark Knight involved.
Saying, boys. That started with It's Your Bro Chase.
Yep.
It's Your Bro Chase came down, hit the wall, got into heavy duty, turned heavy duty sideways.
Yep. It's Your Bob Drew got involved in that. So War got involved in that, it looks like. So the big one.
Here's the pit, and they can't make it to the end.
Yep, you definitely. No, there's 20 laps left. Yeah, they'll be close.
So the big one happens, and
everybody's pitting, boys.
Oh, the whole world's going to be pitting on this one.
Some guys. All right, I was going to say, one guy didn't pit. Honda didn't pit.
Okay, so Mike RPM, he's going to be starting on the outside of the front row.
Honda did not pit. So here's my thought. At green, they're going to have 15 laps left, 16 laps left. They're on lap 11.
No way.
16 laps. You get 15 laps of fuel. Honda may have just made the best move of his race career this year.
It's possible. Look at that low line just train through on that bottom right there. I mean, they're getting so much momentum on that bottom side. You got some guys to the high side, but they just don't have enough. They just don't have enough help up there.
Yeah, they got that 6 car needs to close that gap. But here's the thing, right, boys? Is Honda anticipating another caution? Because Honda can only go 4 more laps now at this point.
Yep.
He's got to off-cycle everybody. Who that wreck was huge for was
what
Reckless Racer.
Yeah, that saved Reckless Racer, but
Reckless Racer seems to already be struggling, and he's way back off. I don't know if he's backing off, anticipating some guys getting loose out of the turn. He's closing the gap now. He's filling in, but
that definitely helped out some guys, and didn't help out for others, like War. War
so
got,
we got two
tussled
guys
back
on the outside line. That low line's still running.
I still think they're going to be a couple of laps short.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to be 1 or 2 laps short. So everybody's got to pit again. But that's not. I mean, it's a smart move for Honda. However, he's got to off pit. He's only got 2 laps left.
Another guy that caution helped out was that 22 car Palm Coaster. Look at him back up, and he's up there up to 4th. So he took advantage of that. Same with Bad Martin now in that 41. Martin.
Because if you were able to avoid that wreck, you were set. It looks like it played out well for Heavy, because Heavy came out in a pretty good spot. He's running 5th right now.
Yep. But you remember Bad Martin in that 41? He got that earlier trouble right in that first beginning. He had all that damage to the hood. So he was able to get all that repaired, and he's back out there, and he's running strong. So
Reckless might lose this draft again.
And these guys are really racy kind of here in the back, as Dark Knight now is caught on the outside. He doesn't have any help. So the train is going by Dark Knight. So that caution definitely helped some, but it killed.
New leader, 95.
The 95.
I don't know who's in that 95.
That's J-Wow. That is J-Wow.
and Eagles.
J-Wow and Eagles. So the 95 and J-Wow, like I said, boys, J-Wow, he's kind of been talked up. A lot of guys were talking to him and said, watch J-Wow. Watch that 95
Heavy
car.
Duty drops in line, leaving 2 guys out, strung out on the top line.
So Eagles going to stick right there on J-Wow's bumper. And he's got help from the 32 now. You think these guys are just going to ride it out?
Honda has to pit. He's got to pit within the next 2 laps. I'm so excited right now, Shady, because there's action all over this everywhere.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it makes the broadcast so fun, and it's just the 24 car came up and doored somebody.
I'm just going to say
that's going to be the 6 car of Drew.
I can't wait to get all the Eagles.
Look at the Eagles going on the outside.
Eagles isn't going to have enough. He's all by himself.
Eagles, yep.
He talked about it in the B League broadcast. You got to have somebody to follow you.
He thought he had help from the 32.
Now Eagles is going to fall all the way. He was able to drop in midterm, which is a great move.
He was able to tuck in behind Lynch in that 43 car. And
he only lost 3 spots.
So he thought he was going to have help from that 32. And that 32 car, that is Honda. He thought he had help from Honda.
Boy, Dark's completely out of the draft. That's terrible for Dark.
That's absolutely brutal for Dark.
I still don't see Honda.
The 16 car.
No. We're gonna have.
Wow.
It's gonna be
the
interesting.
5 cars up to Ichibro Chase is all the way up. So unfortunately, Ichibro Chase just got thwarted and pushed up by the 41 car, and then followed in by the 24 car Reckless Racer. Shuffled all the way back. Tried to squeeze in behind that 16 car, and then got the fender. Now tried to slide in behind the 7 and push the 7 behind the yellow.
Still didn't work.
Ichibro Chase, definitely. This is not how he wanted this race to go. I can certainly promise you that.
Palm just tapped Eagles on the door. Heavy just tapped Eagles on the door. Eagles pushed all the way up to the high side. Now he's going to get pushed all the way back.
And War
Eagles gets beat up by everybody right now. War gets real loose.
War got bounced up to the top side. Now you're going to have Eagles and War, so at least they have each other to help each other. And they're going to drop down in at the tail end of the field.
Those top 5 are just right there.
They're just cruising right now.
So, boys, right now, if I'm correct, 1, 2, 3, 4. Position 1 through 4 is all brand new guys.
Yep, all new.
Lynch in the 43.
Yep, Lynch is the only one.
Heavy's Lynch left last season.
Yep.
But Heavy's in the 5th place, and he's the only returning A-League guy in the top 5 right now.
And that's awesome for Heavy.
Yep.
Heavy was looking to bounce back after a terrible season. He had a really bad, rough season last season, so he wanted to come out and he wanted to start off good. He wanted to build momentum with this race. He wanted to use the duel to build momentum, and that is just awesome to see him up there in that 5th spot and be right there in contention with those leaders. So
I got to point something out real quick. Honda's racing the 32 car, correct?
And Honda's just now bounced to the outside as Palm Coaster got under him.
Unless I missed, but I did not see him go into the pit.
Oh, yeah, Bob Drew.
He would have been.
He had to have gone to the pit.
He would have been a long time ago.
Bob Drew just got into the 41, and the 41 got up into the wall. Bob Drew into the 41, and now Bad Martin in the 41 has lost the draft.
Yep.
And now look at
way up the pace.
Oh, look at the Palm in a second underneath of the 43. They beat Doors. The 43, he's on the outside, and he beats Doors with Heavy Duty. So the 43, he's having trouble on the outside. He finally tucks down in, but now
Honda pitting.
Wow, he went longer than I thought he did.
Eagles out of control.
Eagles out of control. I tell you, man, Eagles for the past 4 weeks has struggled with pit stops. He's on a new shifter. He's on a new shifter, and he either has issues going in or coming out. So I'm going to stay on Eagles, and I want to see how he manages coming out of this pit.
Did he spin going into pit road?
Yes.
Oh man.
I do believe you'll probably have a speeding penalty the way he went in. I may be wrong, but he went in.
No, he's on his way out right now. So I'm curious. I want to see how he handles it.
Well, back up front, you have Jay Well still leading the pack with Palm Coaster in second and Heavy Duty in third.
Eagles is struggling to hold it down on the apron. This is tricky too, man. This apron is very tricky.
It is tricky. Yeah, I had trouble with it the other night. I know I lost 3 or 4 positions just getting off pit road.
And we got 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go now.
And Eagles hopefully can fall in behind these guys, but
they're going to come up on lap traffic.
Yep.
Eagles, we're going to see if Eagles is going to keep this draft. He is not going to keep this draft.
It looks like it's they're coming up on Honda. I think that's Honda.
That is Honda that just committed, yes.
Yeah, they're coming up on him, so the whole train will just go around him.
So Eagles has nobody to work with now. Is Jay Wow still our leader?
Jay Wow is still our leader with Palm Coaster in second.
And
Heavy Duty in third.
Heavy making a pass for second. No, I'm sorry, Heavy falling. Heavy going into...
Yeah, that's Honda trying to get...
I'm sorry, yeah.
That's Honda. He's trying to hold it. He's trying to see if he can grab that draft. It looks like he might be able to.
Trying to make a move, but nobody's going with him.
Okay, so now we got 4 laps left, guys. You got Jay Wow in first, Palm Coaster in second, now Heavy Duty in third.
Who's running the 6 that just ran to the outside?
That's Bob Drew. 6 is Bob Drew.
I'm so used to Robbie Racing being there, so we're going to call him Bob. We're going to call him Robbie Bobby.
look funny, you see my car out there. me not in it.
Well, right now,
War's fighting a guy trying to drop in. Wow, who's in that 44?
Into the grass. War into the grass. In the big wreck. The 6 car into the wall. Oh, man.
I have that on broadcast. That should definitely be a penalty on Mike RPM because Mike RPM did not lift. He forced War down.
Then that is just absolutely horrible. So
those 2 are fighting for position pretty good there.
And that's going to knock War out of any chance of him getting up there. And he was running up there with this front pack.
What did that do to the back of the field?
So
nothing. It stayed pretty clean.
So now we've got what, we've got like 2 or 3 laps. As these guys come around. J-Wow, your leader, with Palm Coaster in second, Heavy Duty in third. Who do you guys want to be right now?
I want to be J-Wow. I want to be away from all this.
If it's me, I want to be Heavy. Heavy goes up to the top. Heavy tries to make a move. Palm Coaster goes up top with them. This is the last lap, I believe, folks. We're on the backstretch. Palm Coaster has the help from Heavy Duty up top. They got 3 down below, 2 up top. Palm Coaster, he's not going to be able to get the run. Heavy Duty drops back down low, so Palm Coaster left hang out to dry. That's going to be the 95, J-Wow. The 43.
See what happens, that 44 of Mike.
There goes the 43 under the yellow line, and we come to the end line. I don't know how this strikes out. The 43 went under the line.
Looks like Lynch.
I missed it. I was switching over.
Looks, I think 95 or either 95 or 43. It's pretty close.
The 43 to 95.
I'm looking at the replay right now. We're gonna see in a second.
And then Mike RPM.
95 was on the outside. If he came across the line first, underneath Lynch or not.
So let's see how this plays out here, y'all. Let's see what happened. Let's see how this shakes out. And that was one heck of a finish. So right now,
I have the as paused. I have the 43 under the yellow. Two tires over the yellow. I got the 43 car. I'm sorry, J-Wow in the lead. The 43 car down, comes up and smokes. We have J-Wow as the winner in the 95 and Lynch in second place.
Yep, followed by Mike RPM in third. Heavy Duty in fourth. Palm Coaster comes across the line in fifth. It's Your Bro Chase battled his way up to sixth. Street Machine comes home seventh. Bad Martin eighth. War ninth. And It's Bob Drew rounds out the top 10.
However, that 43 car may be penalized for that move on
there might be a penalty on that.
Because there was a blatant failure to lift.
Yeah, and he definitely went way. I mean, I think looking at, we'll have to review the replay, but from what I could tell, that he dove behind that yellow line, knowing that it was there. So I don't know how that's going to play out there.
No, I'm not talking about the 43. I'm talking about the 44 of Mike.
Oh, okay, Mike.
Taking that position from War. Forcing, you know what I'm saying? Driving, blatantly turning left in front of War. I don't know how Billy's going to handle that. But I'm watching the 40. So the 43 car of Lynch did not gain any positions by going below the yellow.
No, I'm just going back and forth. There was a lot of bumping there, so a lot of it's avoiding or.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
I'm going frame by frame by frame to see who's bumping where at the line.
Now I'm going to go to War's stream, and I want to see when that happened. Eagles, we'll get right with you. We're reviewing some tape right now.
As this was an incredible finish here with these guys. So, let's see here.
All right, so I've got it pulled up right now.
Okay.
The 44 drives by with It's Your Bro Chase and the 24 Reckless. Who is it, War or Dark Knight? I don't have War stream. Never mind. I was trying to find. I thought it was Dark Knight.
And Dark Knight is in the 3.
Does War stream or no?
No.
I don't know if I'm not gonna be able to see that. I gotta go back to my broadcast. Hold on.
I was watching it when it happened, but
yeah, me too. But I wanna actually go through it and watch it. This way we can make a fair choice, because I did message the owner and say that it was a blatant push down he failed to lift. So I'm going to go.
I'm not going to say anything. That's in Billy's hands. He'll see all of that.
Yeah, this is going to be, there's a lot to discuss, or a lot to review, with all this film here. on everything
All
that
right, so
happened.
I'm watching War in the 43 right now. So, all right, at what time is this? I don't know what time it is on my stream. So I'm watching right now on the replay. They're coming out of 1 and 2 onto the back.
What's the minute mark?
I don't know because I'm still live.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So if you go to,
Yeah,
it won't tell me what the lap count is either.
I'm just looking for it now on the broadcast.
Yeah, so I'm watching it. They're coming right now. War is behind the 43, making the run on the bottom. Whereas the 44 washes up. War kind of fights them back, and the 43 drives left, or the 44 drives left and pushes War all the way into the infield grass. Came up, collected the 6. So the 43 caused I keep wanting to say the 43 because of that paint scheme.
44.
That 44 came up, came out of the groove, collected War, drove War all the way down into the infield grass. Who drives the 6 car?
That's it's Bob Drew.
Bob Drew. So the 44 car continued to drive left even after pushing War down into the infield grass. You could see him continually moving left on the screen. He drives left, lifts up, drives left all the way into War, pushes War into the infield grass, comes back onto the track, smokes the nose of the 6 car, and I want to say It's Your Bro Chase got collected up by the 44 car as well.
Oh.
So that was I mean, it was pretty blatant. He never lifted. It's not my call, but yeah. So whoever drives the 5 car, which is It's Your Bro Chase, correct?
The 6 car, you mean?
The
black and gold 5 is you're right. It's Bro Chase.
Yeah, so that's who also got collected by it.
Oh man!
But the 6 car got the worst of it, along with
along with War. War got pushed all the way down.
Yeah, and on top of that, the 44 car made a lot of and finished in third place. So that's definitely needs to be reviewed because it was from the broadcast booth. We're not the owners. We're not the shot callers, but you guys can be throw your input on the comments on Hardcore Bubba 85. I was riding along with War when the accident happened.
I'm on it right now.
So if I don't know if I got anybody watching right now, probably just you, Luggy. But anybody in YouTube land that goes on and watches this, throw your comments in there. See what your opinion is, because I'm curious to see. But in my eyes, that 44 car definitely drove left. Never even tried to pull out of committing to that line. The door was closed. War had a hood on the 44 car, and the 44 car just never turned right at all.
That's either way that is absolute heartbreak for War, and and even in a dual race, so it's going to cost him, as far as his starting position for the 500 next Wednesday. So
right.
There was a lot at stake here, and as we were saying, before the race, that these guys, everybody wants to win a race, of course, but in the bulk of it, where the rubber meets the road, is that where are you going to start for the 500? And like we were talking about earlier, where you guys are starting the 500, and how that plays into your strategy. So, we definitely saw these guys really take off, and right there at that beginning, I mean, it was side by side, but then everybody kind of tucked in. So, looking forward to this, looking ahead at this second dual race.
Back up that, guys.
Okay. Looking ahead at this second dual race, Bubba, what are you expect to see something similar, or do you expect to see something more of a 2x2 with that outside working? What what do you
I
think
think
from
you're
looking
going to
at?
see some guy. So I want to be I obviously want to win everything. I want to win the duel. I want to win the 500.
Right.
We had 15 cars in that pack, so we're going to have 16 cars in this pack.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see some highline racing. I know a lot of these guys do like the highline. Billy will run it. Some of these guys will run it. But I think what you're going to see more of is you're going to see more single file racing to try to, get that draft up, to get that speed up. We may see a couple more challenges. I think you're going to see a couple wrecks too.
Yeah, we saw
I
that.
I don't think the wrecks are done for the night, but you're going to see.
I'm back.
Obviously, you got to run teamwork. You have to. I don't care if it's a new guy or a veteran. You got to work together, or else you're never going to work.
Right.
As we saw, and once you lose that draft, your night's over. So I'm hoping not to see another issue like we saw go down with War. Obviously you should lift. You don't just keep driving left into somebody. I don't expect seeing that in the A League, so that's kind of a surprise. I do know that Mike is a new driver to the league, but it's still I don't like seeing that in racing. You know what I mean? Like, obviously that line is taken, the door is shut. Don't force your spot into that door because you'll be penalized in this season. I think you should be penalized in the duel too. You should be mandated to start in the back of the field. In my opinion. But again, just putting it out there for everybody watching the broadcast, everybody that's going to go back and watch this broadcast. I am not the owner. I am not the rule maker. I am not the decision maker. I'm just calling it from what I see. It was a blatant incident, and it cost 3 guys their finished position.
So, it'll be interesting. We'll let the boss figure it out.
Yep. Well, from looking at that one, I think you're absolutely right. And in this second duel, I definitely expect to see, some guys trying to go for it a little bit and making and having access. So we had that big one in the first one. We had the big one in that first duel, and like you were saying, Bubba, these guys are racing so hard. Which is awesome to see, but it also creates it creates a mistake. And with these guys, and as you guys know in the B League, I mean, you guys are so competitive, and these guys are so competitive that even just the slightest move, just the slightest mistake, and we're going to go to join now for this second duel, but just the slightest mistake, as we saw, it can cost you, and it can cost a lot of people. So now I'm excited to see how these guys are going to, after these guys watch the first duel, I'm excited to see how these guys are going to run this second duel after seeing the first duel.
You know what, Shady? I don't have anybody to watch on YouTube, so I'm going to be blind on what the lap count is.
Rub on him has his stream up.
What's his YouTube page?
Rub on him, space, a lot.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. That's Rub. I mean, come on now. I mean, we're talking about the guy, and I mention this every broadcast, the guy who duct taped his foot to the daggone accelerator. Come on.
Yes, he did, boys. Yes, he did.
All right, we're going to be...
I can't believe Billy's not streaming.
Well, we're off, and we're running, and Sludge...
He's been jumping in and out of everything, probably, that maybe... You doing some money.
So Sludge is our pole sitter.
Our pole sitter. He's taking us out to the green, and he's going to get the jump. Billy, they're right on the outside. Billy's going to give him a little bit of muscle.
Yeah, you can join, buddy. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. All right, real quick, we're going to try to do this. We got Sludge, Billy in the 1 car, Dan the Man in the 34 car, Jay Tizzle in the 38, Memphis in the 17, JCR Clashing in the 51, Pittman in the 11, Titans in the 62, Croc in the 49, True Death in the 13, Bad Fast in the 12, I use him a lot for some setups.
And we got a wreck going on now. We got a big wreck in the back. These guys.
Big save. No, they
big
saved
save. The Mini Cooper got involved.
Mini Cooper in the 42. Mac Attack in the 21. Micah Edwards in that 8 car, our B-League champion. Now this is his first race in the A-League. Rob Onum in that 00 that everybody loves. Hollywood in the 14. And that's our field tonight, boys.
Wow.
And that little incident, that did not bring out the caution, so we're staying green here. And Sludge in that 48 out in front, and he's got his help from 34, Dan the Man. So Sludge has his partner in crime, the 34. So these guys are teamed up. Billy right there in the 1 car, he falls in a 3rd, and look at that 51. There's Clashin. He goes to the outside, and he's looking for help to follow him on the outside, but he doesn't have any outside. Anybody. So the train now is starting to go. Now he's looking to force it, get down into that bottom. So we got these guys.
Boys, did we already lose? We lost Memphis already, so Memphis is going to start in the provisional spot.
So Memphis is already. Yep, Memphis has already taken to the garage. I guess the thought process is that we lost the draft already, and we're going to kind of just be happy with starting in the back. And
which is not a problem.
He's also got a good curve.
And look at the outside here, JCR Clash, and look at them JCR clashing up in the field. Oh, he got in the wall, and they're going to have a big wreck. Big wreck in the air.
The 11, the 51.
The 51 goes airborne.
The 38.
Pittman gets involved in the 11. Big wreck. Titans involved.
Huge wreck.
Huge wreck. I'm not
We ran 3 laps, boys. 3 laps. There's 24 laps left.
We're safe for the ones out front.
Big wreck, and almost saw that coming. As soon as that 51 clashing, he got into the wall, and he was right there running second, battling for first. As soon as he got in the wall, you almost could kind of see what was going to happen, because you got that speed, you hit the wall, you bounce off of it like a pinball, and you're going to come down into that track, which he did, and it was game over, and just had the big one here early.
Now, what's this do for pit stops?
They're going to be short.
They'll be short. So, but
that was too early.
Guys did make pit stops. But
really short.
The 00 of Rub, he stayed out, so Rub is going to take us to the green flag. Rub in that 00.
They got 20 laps left, so everybody's got to pit again. And they only ran 6 laps, so Rub's going to run 10 more laps on fuel.
And they're going to run, and we got some guys banging.
For sure this time.
Dan the Man got into the wall a little bit. He's able to control it, though. It's a good thing. He almost a good thing he didn't get up to speed. He had some help.
I think he's got some damage now. He's dropping.
Yep.
Needs a little bit of help to get back up there.
So Dan the Man in that 34 up on the top with the help from the 38 of Jay Tizzle. He gets back down low. But I tell you what, he had a heck of a push from Bad Fast in that 12 car, and Bad Fast.
We got somebody way down in the.
It was Bad Fast.
Car.
And the 11 car.
The 11 car hits the apron, comes up, hits the wall, is now completely out of the draft.
So these guys kind of need to settle down a little bit. I think that they're.
Yeah, there's a lot of pushing right now.
A lot of pushing going on, a lot of excitement. These guys, I think, like we were saying earlier, are just so excited, to get going, and just kind of, Micah.
And for everybody in YouTube land, not to cut you off, Shady, this is our second dual heat run, so our second heat. So these guys will start in the outside lane, depending on their finishing order.
Yep.
So for the Daytona 500 next week, these guys will run on the outside lane starting. So they're fighting for position 1 through 16 on the outside lane.
The winner of this race will start second.
Yep. And right now...
Oh, Mac attack hard into the 42 car. They're running 3 wide right now, 4 wide.
Way back in the back.
The 12 car drops way down.
And Micah gets sideways.
Micah gets pushed into the...
Micah's
big wreck.
Big wreck.
Huge wreck by Micah.
Micah spins. And that's not going to bring out the caution.
Yeah, that will not.
And Micah, he's going to be all by himself.
Micah's just now getting restarted.
Pittman by himself and Micah.
As we go back here in the back, and Babfast back up into the wall, going into turn 1.
Welcome to the A-League, kid. Welcome to the A-League.
Yep.
Those days of running up front, you're going to have to earn that.
Tighten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
And to get in the wall again, the 42 gets in. It's
to
go
wide.
4 wide. The 12 car of Badfast, he is just trying to blow through the field. Is that one of those things where you know you're fast, you know your car's fast, and it's get the heck out of my way, I'm going whether you like it or not?
You're not faster than 14 cars, I'll tell you that right now.
No, you're not, and he's finding that out as he does not have any help up top.
Oh, somebody else gets scraped up into the wall.
That was clashing in the 51. So clashing in the 51 and also the 62 of Titans. Those are those JCR guys. So those JCR guys, as you see, they're really teaming up. Wherever one goes.
Now, if that high line can tighten up, they might be able to get a run on them.
They might be able to. They
they're
get
still
some help.
Outnumbered.
And as you see, look at those JCR guys. All of them up top there. Badfast. Look at these guys. They're trying to get into. They're trying to hold on to it.
Billy almost gets pushed out of his position. Gets stuck in the middle. He's able to get back down.
As Sludge now to the outside of Rub. Sludge in that 48. And he has the help from that 12 car. As they came flying on up.
3 wide. Banging and clanging.
And into the wall.
42?
Is that the 42 car, I believe, into the wall.
There's so many. Yeah, Mini Cooper again.
Yep, Mini Cooper.
I tell you, man, there's so many new cars and so many cars. It's hard to with people changing car numbers and everything.
Take a couple races to get everybody.
Micah's going into the pits, and here's Micah. So we all know Micah's the master of figuring out a pit strategy and coming out front.
Absolutely.
Now, are we repairing damage? Right. So he's pitting off cycle, but he's pitting early, so he does not have to pit again. He does not have to pit again.
Did you have from that accident too?
I'm telling you right now, if he is repairing damage or not, I will let you know in a second.
He's still in there.
Well, as we were saying earlier, this dual race determines the outside row.
Micah did not repair damage.
So it's going to be interesting. So that was J-Wow that won the first one, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was J-Wow.
Micah's on the back, on the front stretch now, getting ready to get lapped. Now, is that smart? Nope, because he's not going to make it out of the turn.
He's not going to have any help. He's not going to have any help. I think he and that's an absolute heartbreak for Micah. As that outside, and Sludge gets into the wall. Sludge got into the wall and lost a lot of momentum. He's got help from that 12 car. And they're
Micah's got nobody behind him.
They're trying to get that outside line to work with them, but look at that 00 in Rub. Rub's still our leader. He's looking to start on the outside row.
He's got 5 laps of fuel left as well.
So we're definitely gonna see pit stops on J-Wow.
Well, remember, Rub did not pit, so he's got 3 or 4 laps less than these guys do. So
so he's maybe he was hoping for another caution. But he's going to stay out there. You know, Rub, he's going to roll the dice.
Absolutely.
He's going to take a risk.
But now here's your question, right? You got Billy running second, who's a teammate. You've got
Clashing taking a run on the high side.
And Clashing's got his teammate.
With him.
Yep, he's got the 12 with him.
Billy is a teammate. It's hard to tell in these new paint schemes.
Yep, here comes that outside.
Sludge, who's a teammate.
Here's that outside. Are
they all going to pit together just to stay with the draft?
I'm not sure.
Are you going to see a JCR, FTR pit strategy?
I don't know. I tell you what, those 4 cars on the outside just rolled on that outside. They got that outside working.
So there's 10 laps left.
10 laps to go.
Outside, how you get down right now and even signal that you want to pit.
Right.
Well, especially when you have this many drivers and you got 2 different chats set up. So if you're in the chat and you're on the high
they
side,
got enough. They got enough because they got 16 people.
Okay. And we got contact
wash
made.
Wash up.
A little contact.
I tell you, man, Rub's got a stable car in the draft.
Yes, he does. Rub's staying right on out there. He's got Billy in that one car right on him, and he's not going to go anywhere. Proc in the 49. He's in third. He's going to stay exactly where he is. So those JCR guys, they want to make that run to the outside.
Oh, big dive down.
Pits are going to break all these guys up, I think.
Oh yeah.
That top line just crumbled, so I don't know if they're all starting to plan some. Oh,
big wreck! Big wreck in the back. Hollywood goes around in the 14. Hollywood goes airborne.
Draws out the caution. That just saved Micah's life.
That just did. Yeah, absolutely. That's going to get him
back. Because remember what
I
said, Micah. Oh, never mind. He's a lap down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's going to get the lap back, though.
He didn't have to pit, but he'll get the lap back.
He'll get the lap back, and he can pit. So Micah is going to be the big beneficiary on this one. Like you were saying.
That saved Rub.
That did save Rub. You're exactly right.
Because Rub had 2 laps of fuel left.
Yep, and he was praying for the caution.
I wonder if that came up because of a pit signal gone wrong.
And I just got word from Micah on that. Micah actually lagged. That caused that spin. Micah, I just got word that was a lag. So hopefully that doesn't happen to Micah. But now Micah, as you all know, he's the champion of the B League last season. Now running full time with the A League. So he's going to start.
Rub came out of that in 5th place.
And Rub came out of it in 5th place on the bottom row. And he's going to follow
right now with Pittman.
He's going to follow right behind Billy in that one car.
That top line's already crumbling down and going into the low line.
And
so you've got 12, 14, 13 guys running the low line.
And True Death
running the low line.
Oh, left.
Now 14.
True Death in that 13. And True Death in that 13.
Oh, big
leading
wall
everyone.
Smash. Jay Tizzle all over the place. I don't know if Jay Tizzle's lagging
by himself.
No, somebody got into Jay.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was Mac attacking the 21.
Dan, the man in the 34, he's caught on the outside, so the train's going to go under the 34 car now. As the 13 car of True Death.
I think Jay Tizzle's taking it to the garage, boys.
Oh, Dan, they don't want to see that. That's absolutely a heartbreaker, man. And Ted Tizzle, he came on and he was excited about this race and put in a lot of practice.
Yeah, I heard him in the chats. He was excited for this one.
Yeah.
But that's Daytona, boys. That's Daytona.
And look at that 12 car going back to the outside with his teammates and the JCR teammates. He's trying to get that.
Rub the wall there and slow things up a bit.
And 13, that's True Death leading this pack of cars here with Billy and Rub, followed by Sludge.
You don't even want to have it on the back of the car. You want to look at all the cars behind these leaders, man.
Yeah, I'm on about 10th ahead, and it's yeah.
So we got 14 guys running single file right now. Yeah, I think you'll see for another
trying to do it by themselves. They're only getting one to jump at a time.
But if you see right now, the pack is split in half. So I wonder if this backpack, if they can lock it down and work that high line, they might be able to get that run because this front pack isn't tight.
And Jay Tizzle is back on the truck.
Oh, he did come back out. Okay.
He is coming out of the pits right now.
Well, this time we have 3 laps to go. This as they cross the line, we have 3 laps to go. So if you've got anything, if you're going to make a move, this is your time to make it.
Leaders are passing in them now.
So they're going to keep we're going to see what happens here. Sludge.
There you go. The high line is forming.
There goes those
This is
JCR.
exactly what I expected to happen.
Those JCR guys.
That's going to slow things up a bit.
Now,
but you're not out. 3 cars are not out running the rest of the field.
No, you got.
They need more people to commit. We got 3 more guys jumping up, so that's 6. 1 guy jumps down, so you got 4.
And we got 2 to go now.
Somebody in the wall.
That was the 62. The 62
Yeah,
brushed
62.
the wall. And he's going to dive that back down underneath of the
Dan's trying
12
to come up
car.
to meet the 12.
And they may contact the 62 and the 12 bang doors. Trade a little paint.
That will
So
slowly
now, are you
line up.
content if you're in the front of this pack, just staying exactly how you are, or are you going to make?
You've got to protect now. You've got to protect.
You know, like you were saying, I mean, this is for your position for next week's 500. So, as right now, you have True Death out in front, where as he comes by, we're going to take the white flag this time by.
Another car goes out to the high line, but nope, nobody follows, so he drops back down.
Exactly like you were saying, Bubba. If I'm the 1 or the 00 or the 48,
I've got to be content.
I'm just going to sit where I'm at, and I'm going to take that starting spot to the 500 next Wednesday night.
Although Billy seems to be backing off a bit. Oh, big wreck! There it is.
Big wreck in the back.
That was caused by the 8 and the 34 getting together.
Micah got back into it, and Hollywood again got into it.
All right, so you got Billy and Rub getting ready to make a run off of this high line.
That did not bring out the caution.
Rub comes up, Billy leaves him hanging, so Rub's going to lose a lot of position. Billy trying to make a huge run, but it's got nobody. Right? Billy's not
big wreck coming off the butt of 62 and the 21. Big wreck. Coming to the line, that's going to be the end.
I have True Death winning, Billy in second, Pittman third, Proc fourth, JCR fifth. I'm sorry, Clash in fifth, Rubby 6, Sludge 7, Titans 8, Attack 9, Mac Attack, and Bad Fast Marley rounding out your top 10.
Wow, this was another absolutely crazy finish.
Crazy finish.
Wow. As True Death prevails and hangs on for the win.
11th, Mini Cooper 12th, and Hollywood 13th. That would mean Jay Tizzle's 14th and Memphis is 15th.
Wow, man. Wow, what a crazy. Billy tried getting that high side. And Billy tried getting that win right there on the high side, but congratulations to True Death. He's going to start on the outside pole. And JWoww won the first duel. He will start on the pole. So those are your top two. That's going to lead us to the green flag next Wednesday night. And after what we just saw with those two duels guys, a lot to break down.
Here's the question: did some rivalries form tonight?
Oh yes,
absolutely, absolutely. Rivalries formed, and teammates are going to get tighter. And I think you're going to see more guys joining teams and other guys making their own teams. I think you're going to see a lot of guys teaming up next week. But yes, absolutely, you're going to see rivalries that have formed tonight from both races.
I completely agree.
I mean, these guys were really racing hard, which is what we expected.
I was just going to say, that's what they expected of the A-League, and they put on a good show.
Yep.
Well,
I'm surprised. I mean, I knew there'd be a record too, but I'm a little surprised at what some of the things we saw. But overall, I'm so excited. But that's what happens when you get this many in the field.
Everybody's sitting back right now, taking a big deep breath, going, "Thank you, it's over."
Yeah.
Next week, the other night, everybody got out of that room and went, "Wow, glad that's over for a couple of days."
Next week is going to be amazing. Because we're doubling the field, and we saw how we ran with half a field. Both duels had some big wrecks. I think you're going to see some flipping going on.
I'm going to be taking a nerd pill for that one.
I am so excited to broadcast that one that I might even throw a little party.
I think it's going to be wild. But I also think you're going to see a little bit more patience next week
because it's 100 laps or 200, however many laps it is.
It's 100 laps is normal 50%, so that's 100 laps. So you're going to have a lot more time, and you're going to have the stages and everything else come into place. So I mean, this was your quick sprint You know, I mean, what was it? Only 20 laps, I think it was.
26 laps. 26 laps.
26 laps. So it was a real.
Now, if you think about it, though, right? Again, the huge thing is playoff points. Stage winner gets a playoff point.
Yes.
Top 1 through 3 at the end gets a playoff point. And stage points, man. Stage points, we all know, are huge. They're going to keep you in that playoff run. There's 31 people competing for playoff points and stage points. I think every stage is going to be interesting coming to the end of this thing.
Like I said, top 10, but last year done you okay. It got you the points, but this year you got to be top 5 at least every race, or you're
100%.
Angry quickly.
That or win a race to ensure a playoff spot.
Exactly.
Because it's
as
we saw, there's a lot of people out here that got some speed. These small, we got Texas coming up in 2 weeks. We know how sloppy and loose that track gets. I'm waiting for a big one there, especially with a 31-car field.
I'll put it this way. The next time we're in the booth for this race, we have already raced that race, and we'll see how our attitudes have changed towards that.
Absolutely. Because I'll tell you what, man. I will tell you what. I hope the field stays this size every week because as everybody saw, it became an amazing race to broadcast and just even better to watch.
Texas will be nice.
Well, I tell you
Texas is going to be a blast. Pocono's fun. I mean, there's a lot of straightaways, but there's a lot of dive bombing and corners going on. We got some good tracks this year, man. So
I'm really excited up here and have some fun with you guys.
Well, I tell you what, from what I saw tonight, it exceeded my expectations. You know, with a lot of these guys, like we were talking about in pre-race, you know, the guys that are new to FTR, mainly a lot of those JCR guys, your Clash and your JWoww, you know, those guys. I really wanted to see how those guys would do here in FTR, and they stepped up, and you can see those guys really tight together. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the rest of the field now sees how that team of guys are forming up. I mean, I know I missed some of these guys.
I was just going to say, I know everybody becomes a family in FTR. However, there's also loyalties.
Right.
So those JCRs and MRL guys that have that loyalty prior to coming to FTR, you're going to see them stick together a lot in these races.
And it's going to be interesting to see. You know, on this one we saw a lot of the FTR veterans and some of those guys had the edge a little bit by having that bottom line. And they only had the top line to work with. So is that going to play into strategy, you guys think, as far as, okay, so if one team gets on the lower line, and is it, you know, are we going to see one team, you know, do you think that's going to affect your strategy, that if you see, okay, those guys are on the bottom and these guys are on the top, who do I go with?
100%, I'm going with the bottom every time.
Right, so
unless the train is bigger, but the train hasn't been bigger statistically through C, B, or A League duels. That high side, that's what I'm saying. That high side just never got formed up big enough to make a run, and I think you're going to see the same thing. A lot of guys are nervous running that high line. A, you've got to worry about smoking that wall and taking out the high line, but B, you've also got to worry about that low line washing up after hitting the apron and taking out the high line. I know in practice it happened to me a lot.
Throwing up in that wall every time from that draft.
Absolutely, I got smoked into the wall from the low line running the high line in practice. I collected the wall in the high line running in practice. We all know you scrape that wall, and if those cars have enough time to drop underneath you, you're going to the back of that line.
Absolutely.
So, and you're praying to God that you've got enough speed after scraping that wall to stay in that draft.
And that's if you're able to scrape the wall to where these, and keep it there. Like you said, well, I mean, we saw it a couple times tonight where those guys are going in the corner, but they have so much speed where when they hit the wall, they're bouncing off the wall as a ricochet. I mean. and it brings them right back. We saw that happen a couple of times. That brought out those big wrecks. So it, especially like we saw, right there earlier where was it? I think it was Clashing that was up there, wasn't it? It was Clashing up there at the front, and spun in front of
he was running second place.
Yeah, and he bounced off of the wall there and came down. I mean, none of his fault, not his fault in any way. It's just you hit the wall that hard, your car is going to go down there, and there's nothing you can do about it except hold on and pray.
No. How many of these guys do you think after this race will not use that same setup?
I think everybody's tweaked. I know the night that we finished our duel, I said I gotta tighten this thing up. I gotta make some front weight changes. I gotta make some wedge changes. You're gonna see guys running the same setup, but they're definitely modifying it by the end of the week.
And I think that is absolutely an excellent question, Lug. Excellent point. Because, I mean, just like Bubba just said, I mean, the first thing that I noticed that being in a draft with more people, the looser that I got.
Right, the car changes.
Right, in the C League duel. So with these guys having double the amount of cars that are on the track with 31, 32 cars,
yeah.
On the track, that, I mean, it seemed like the more the people that were on the track around me, the looser it got. So I think
because you got to remember, I mean, my setup's got the ability to hit 220 in a draft.
Mm-hmm.
Now put
easily
15 cars behind me pushing,
and we haven't even touched on anybody lagging tonight. You get that many cars in a room, you're bound to bet to see some lag, and that's going to play a big part.
Right,
and as we saw with Micah.
Exactly.
Micah had lag as that. And I mean, that's absolutely heartbreaking because he's winning that championship in B League and running in A this season, and he wants to show his muscle and he wants to show what he can do.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, and that's
you can predict what other drivers do to a point. You can't predict lag. Like you can
100%.
You can't get around it. So
100%.
You know what the driver in front of you is going to do most of the time, but when that happens, you're not in control anymore.
Right. And it's at this point, Lug, I'll tell you, man, you try to avoid it going 220 miles an hour, you're going to create more damage.
I wrecked more times myself in 15 years trying to avoid a wreck than I have actually hit in the car. If I wouldn't have just pointed my car towards the wreck,
that's kind of what I've been doing lately is pointing the car towards the wreck and trying to find a hole.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
It's not like Days of Thunder. It won't be there when you drive through it. Yeah. Right. It's always there when I drive through it.
So I mean, it's worked out for me less times than it hasn't. I mean, maybe a handful of times it's worked out for me and I've made it through somehow. But 95 to 98% of the time, I end up involved in it as well.
And we all know as racers, we've been told over and over again, you spin out the track, you hold it down. The first thing you do when you're spinning out the track is you get it gear, you hit the gas and go.
Absolutely.
It's
instinct.
It's pounded into us, but when you're spinning it, you just want to go. You're not thinking about, I should be getting down or going left or looking in my mirror where I'm coming back on the track or anything else. You just want to get racing.
You're literally trying to collect that car back.
You're in your own zone, and it just shit happens.
You're very well said, Luck. Very well said. And well, guys, we have wrapped up the duels.
We have.
For all three leagues, and from Sunday night and tonight, man, we have seen some awesome racing between all three leagues.
Well, you're going to see the practices pick up all through the week, and they're going to get a little more intense, not as laid back as they have been.
Yeah, I'm hoping you'll see, like, I know I tried getting guys on last weekend, and I could only get 2 or 3 guys. I think
everybody was getting a little. We were getting done with it for a bit.
I think you're going to see 15, 20, 40 guys on practicing because This is it.
It's
Today
go
wasn't
time.
about points. Today was about qualifying points. And we all know
absolutely.
where you qualify at Daytona doesn't mean a thing.
No.
Because you could start in the back, and in 3 laps you could be up front. So now that it's coming down to points and playoff points and stage points, you're going to see a lot of guys on here practicing to make sure. Like I said, you're going to see guys saying, wow, I built this car, but I've never raced it with 30 cars, and my car was like a hippo on ice skates tonight.
Yep.
I got to tighten this thing up. I might sacrifice tire wear a little bit, or I might sacrifice a little speed, but we all know the draft is going to make us fast anyway. So I've got to tighten this car up.
They've only saw each other for 8 laps. Then they're still up in separate races, so they're all coming back together again.
Yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of changes
after 20 laps.
Yep, and when it comes down to it, it's freaking Daytona. So, like you were saying, I think you're gonna see a lot of guys really hitting that track for practice between now and the races. Starting Sunday night at 7 o'clock with the C League group, and then we warm it up for UB League guys in the prime time slot now at 8 o'clock after the C League. So,
well, I guess it's up to you to put on the show first, and we'll follow into the middle after this.
And that's what I said. We're just a warm up for you guys to put on the show for the prime time slot. So
then the A comes in and mops up after us. Is that it?
The big boys in this A League, the big boys hit the track for their Daytona 500 a week from tonight. So,
but what's funny is to talk about practicing Daytona. Daytona is the most popular public lobby track, along with Talladega. Daytona and Talladega are the 2 tracks everybody comes out here and learns on and never touches again, other than public lobbies, because it's Daytona. Mm-hmm. I keep the pedal mashed and we go.
You can run 600 laps and only the last one counts. So
right,
but now get bored here. Even running like a 50% race, people lose their concentration. They get bored here.
That was what I found in practice, man. I zoned out a lot. It was like, all right, I'm making a left-hand turn again. Like,
I've done it. You get caught up in the track and you start thinking about other stuff, and that's how accidents happen. You're not even aware of it until it happens.
Yes, I mean, to say people are practicing Daytona sounds so foreign, but it just shows you just the caliber of drivers that we have here, because you've got to practice, or else you're going to run in the back of the pack. You're going to lose the draft. You're not going to win. You're not going to get stage points. You're not going to get playoff points. So I don't care if you're the number 1 guy in this league. The number 1 guy in this league is going to be practicing because he just found out how his car is handling, and it's handled like never before. Like, I ran my last year Daytona setup, and it handled completely different this year. So it's a testament to say the cars have changed because of the number of cars in the field.
Absolutely, and it comes to the fact that not only that, but the number of drivers that are in the field in each league, but also the talent and the skill that are in each league. That the competition is absolutely so intense, and this is one of the things. The word competition is the word that I've been drilling in with the C League guys and all the new guys that have joined up to create this new C League, is to try to make them understand that the competition. If you think you're gonna you're just gonna turn the game on Saturday, throw in a setup on Saturday, and be ready to race on Sunday, you're not. You're wasting your time. You're not going to be here very long.
This past week I practiced Texas and Pocono because that's coming up in 3 weeks.
Right, and that's the competition. That's how tight and how intense the competition is here. And at the end of the day, the game is about fun. Absolutely, at the end of the day, it's about fun. But also, it has gotten to the point where there's something here. I mean, I don't know about you, but I saw those trophies that Sludge and Sludge and Micah are getting for their championships. Daggone, man, I want one on my shelf. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, I'm searching for my first W. So, even a stage win means something. a win in the.
All right, guys, I'm going to bounce.
All right, man. We're gonna close it
Yeah,
off
I'm
here.
gonna wrap this up.
Yeah, we're gonna
So
wrap
with
this
that
up.
being said, everybody join us next Sunday at 6:45, 7 o'clock for the C League. And then stay tuned after that for the B League race on next Sunday for our 500.
And also,
you're bound to see some awesome racing, some big wrecks, and a lot of big power moves.
And also, don't forget the podcast, the FTR Racing Podcast, on Friday night at 8:30. You can check that on Billy's channel and Eagle's channel, the High Side Network, and Billy's FTR channel. So check the podcast out. So for we're going to wrap it up. And guys, I'm looking forward to the three of us being in the booth, man. I thought that we had a great time up here for Hardcore Bubba and for Lugnut. I'm Shady Acres. We are going to see everybody on Sunday night, and then next Wednesday night, check out the podcast Friday night. We will see you all at Daytona. Good night.
All right, guys, have a good one.